This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I am your host, Gianna. Today, we've got the opportunity of talking to Shannon Milligan. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Shannon. Excited to get to know you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So take us back to the beginning, Shannon. Give us the lowdown. Who are you? Where are you from? How'd you grow up to be a real estate agent?
Okay, so I'm Shannon Milligan. I am in the Richmond, Virginia market. I've been doing this for about a decade now. And the way I got into it is how a lot of people get into it. We were out with another realtor and it just kind of piqued my interest. But beyond that, I was the marketing associate for 6 Caldwell Banker offices in upstate New York, because my degree is in communication with an emphasis on public relations. So what was really interesting is when I had to market my own property, but pay a commission to the realtor, that's how I got into it. And I love it. It's been a blessing for my family. And especially in the last 5 or 6 years, it's been a huge blessing, especially partnering with EXP.
Absolutely. That's awesome, Shannon. So, with all of that background, obviously maybe you've not been with EXP exclusively the whole time, probably with other brokerages first. So what did that journey look like for you? How did you come across EXP? How did you make that switch? What did all of that look like in your career?
Well, I had taken the red pill before I swallowed the blue pill. And a friend of mine who had also swallowed the red pill was making a move to EXP. And he called me up and he said, "Hey, I want you to take a look at this." And I said, "No, it's stupid. I've never heard of this. What's EXP? Why would I do that? Why would I go to a no-name brand?" And I was just about to open my own brokerage. And he said, "No, seriously, come listen, come have a conversation with me and my wife." So my husband and I went to his house and he presented it. And I got in the car with my husband and I said, "Well, listen, what's the worst case scenario? If he's wrong, then I'll just open my brokerage in a year and no harm, no foul. But if he's right, this could be a massive opportunity," because he was a really big producer and he was leaving our brokerage where he had some ownership. He had some stake in the company there, so to speak. And he had to walk away from that. And I'd like to say that he was right. And it was a really, really good move on a leap of faith.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's what a lot of people say. And at first they're like, "Nah, this is pyramid scheme. This is a cult." And then they actually give it a chance and they're like, "Gosh, I'm never leaving," because it's got so many cool things, right? It's got, the stock options, rev share, the culture, the collaboration, the EXP world, the constant training that's available to you. So, Shannon, that being said, what's your favorite part about EXP? Why do you stick it out? Or what's something that maybe you didn't expect about the brokerage that now you really love about it? What makes it special to you?
I love the people. So I've never been someplace where people are incentivized to help each other as much as they do. Even the competitors will open up their quote unquote playbook, because when you do well, they do well. When the company does well, we all do well. So I love how much people are willing to share. And beyond that, when you really have to plug in, you have to go to the events, you'll find some of the kindest, warmest, smartest people that are out there have joined EXP. And I also love that they really embraced video. So I was the video award winner star. Several of us were in the first 2016 or 17 and 18, 2 years in a row. They really embraced video when I found other people were sort of making fun of it. And that's one thing I love. But the reason I stay, frankly, is the passive income, the stock, the rev share. It's all one of the reasons that I stay. I came for the people, I stay for the people, but I'm not going to lie, that extra income is a huge financial blessing to my family, and to leave would be a disservice to my family, and I couldn't put them in harm's way.
Oh, I love that. I had a icon agent one time tell me on this show, he was like, I will never leave my family's like financial status in the hands of somebody else. He's like, this will always from now on be something that I'm fully in control of. And I love that. And I really think EXP offers an excellent opportunity for agents to really utilize that. And so, Shannon, obviously you've got family, you've got high production. There's a lot going on in the life of Shannon Milligan. So what does your work-life balance look like? How do you juggle it all without being swallowed whole by the industry and still having time to recharge and take care of you?
I don't. I'm just full transparency. I don't. I am that mother that was on the soccer field. You know, my kid's going to kick a goal and I'm doing this. I'm not going to lie. I worked like Mark Cuban said before, you know, you have to work like somebody's going to steal your lunch. And that's the way I work. Now, going into this in my 11th, 12th year, I am now starting to put some boundaries into place and to reclaim some of my time, trying to use some leverage with showing assistants to get back some of that time, because my children are in 10th grade and you blink and you look up and you realize, oh, I only have them for 2 more years. So I'm starting to reclaim some of that time through those avenues. But also when you have things like rev share and stock, you're able to strategically take little steps back when you need to be with your family, because there's another financial piece that if I'm not working, if I'm not actively within a deal, that income is coming in separately. So full disclosure, I have really not been the best example over the last 10 years, but the last 2 years, I've really tried to put in some measures to reclaim some of my life.
Awesome. No, I love that. And you're right. You can look down for 2 seconds and suddenly it's all gone. So I love that you're conscientious of it and looking to really take in that time that you guys have together and, you know, create this balance. It's tough and it's a constant battle and a constant balance. There's no such thing as even scale there. So Shannon, let's talk your production, right? So what does that average housing price look like for you in your area? How many homes do you typically need to sell to be able to cap?
So cap, for me, it depends. I had a team for a while and now it's just me, myself, and I with getting some showing assistants to help. So when I had a team, it was probably 12 to 15 deals to get to cap, but then to get to icon clearly was another 20 on top of that. Alone, it probably is about 8 to 10 deals. It all depends on the price point and all of that good stuff. Our average price point, I'm not sure where we are in Richmond anymore. It used to be like 279, but this market has just changed everything. So we're probably closer to 350. I tend to work a lot in the 400 to 600 price point. And I think that's just indicative of I'm a soccer mom. And I think that's the football mom. That's the lifespan that my clients are in. So I tend to work with people that are in that same lifespan. And that's typically the move up buyer. But I do work with first timers and those that are downsizing as well. But it's been a really interesting market the past, 18 months.
Right. Absolutely. And it's shifting and, it's where the big producers are weeded out from the people that just jumped on the bandwagon because they thought it was easy money. And Shannon, beyond just production as an icon agent, you also have that cultural commitment. So you can be a mentor on icon panels. There's a lot you can do with this. So what is your avenue for your cultural commitment? Why do you pick that?
So in the very beginning, I think I just hit my 5th time. So I'm just waiting for the little, which is actually quite
nice big glass shiny trophy.
Yes, I'm looking at 4 of them here. So that's my 5th one. I take it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So in the beginning, I was doing the icon conversation panels. I did a little bit of that. But then as we grew, more and more icons came in, which is awesome. But I found I wanted to have other opportunities so other people can do eye conversations. So then I did a little bit of the vetting. So when you get icon status, you have to have somebody call and interview you to make sure you are a good fit. So I did that for a little while. And then most recently, what I did the last, I think, 2 years, and I will be doing again this year, is I teach in the university. In EXP University, I taught on raving fans. And the next one that I'm teaching, I'm actually working on new slides right now, is how to party your way to referrals and just throwing great client events. So I will be teaching on that. And I love, love, love teaching in university. EXP has some of the best training that I've ever seen. There's always a class going on. I love that it's recorded. I love that it's live. There's a little something for everyone.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. And what a great topic to be touching on, Shannon. That's definitely the first time I've heard of anybody, specifically teaching on it. So that's exciting and unique, and definitely a huge asset to any agent out there. So Shannon, we talked about a lot of benefits that come with the Icon Award, like that big glass shiny trophy. You get stock awards, the opportunity to go to EXPCon, shareholders, so much more. So what's your favorite part about being an Icon agent? Why do you continue to set that as a standard for yourself?
First, they would do these little masterminds, and I know they're going to be bringing them back. But let's say at EXPCon or at shareholders, they'll have a specific breakfast or lunch for us. And it's a really great time to go in, break bread with other high producers, really look under the hood to see what they're doing. And then you could take that home for your business. And then EXP will also have a speaker that comes and speaks at these Icon only breakfast lunches. So that's really my favorite part, because I get to shake hands, kiss babies, and go home and implement things that I've learned from proven rock stars that have done it in their own business.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And it does unlock, rooms for you to be around very excuse me, very awesome people, other Icon agents, other top producers. Everybody's excited to share and exchange their secrets in those rooms. So Shannon, if somebody is coming over to EXP, maybe they just made the switch, maybe they just joined, they're a rookie real estate agent, or they're a high producer already, but it's their first year, and they want to look at being an Icon agent, right? That's a big goal, especially because coming over to EXP, sometimes there's a lot going on. You feel like you're trying to drink water out of a fire hose. So what is some advice for them to be able to Icon in their first year? Is that possible for them? Or, what are some major mistakes for them to avoid and when pursuing such a thing?
Absolutely. It's doable. I mean, you only have to sell somewhere between like 30 and 40, really, if you're an individual agent, because you have to cap, let's just call that 10, and then sell 20 more. That's just 30. So it's very, very doable. And the thing I would say is, don't get blinded by shiny objects. What I do really well is I keep my head down. I don't go looking at things that do not fit into my own plan. It's really easy to get distracted. For example, I think it's great that we have this. We have express offers. That's not my jam. I don't work with investors. It's not really something that I use. Now I'm taking the classes right now. I think it's awesome. I think it's great for you to put in your business, but you have to know who you are, who your business is, and don't get distracted with all of these different things, because there is so much. So go in there. It's a la carte, pick and choose, learn. If you're going to do commercial, do commercial. If you're going to do residential, do that. If you're going to work with investors, do that. But what I like to tell people is, I am the Chick-fil-A of real estate. I make chicken really, really well. I don't do burgers. I don't do dogs. I don't do, these other onion rings. I do chicken and French fries the best. So stay focused, get in there, put your head down, have somebody help you come over, get on board, have your mentor, your sponsor help you get into EXP and navigate the administrative side of that. And then just stay laser focused on doing your key activities, which is lead gen, follow up, and loving on your people.
I love that. That's great. That's a great, piece of advice, Shannon. And, as long as you're leaning into your mentors and holding yourself accountable, it's definitely a goal you can reach. And Shannon, when you first heard of EXP in the industry, were you ever skeptical of it, or, too good to be true, or, hey, that's a pyramid scheme if I've ever seen one?
I didn't think pyramid scheme, because I really understood profit share from another company that I had been. And so pyramid scheme is if they are taking your money, the agents. Mm-hmm. That's not what this is. EXP is sharing their portion of their money, as every brokerage takes their split. It's just EXP sharing their part of the split. They're not taking the agent's split. So I was never skeptical in that sense. I was a little skeptical of how much the rev share could potentially be if you really put your head down and attracted agents over the right way. And I was a little skeptical on the stock because remember when I came over, it was like $2, $2.50. And then I watched that go to like, $1.50 at one point or something like that. And so that really put to bed any skepticism I might have had when I watched that stock just go whoosh. And then I watched people come over and our agent count go from like 3,500 to 90,000 and some is just going like this. Mm-hmm. So I was never skeptic on the actual rev share part, just really the amount that it could be and the stock taking off the way it did. But I'm glad I was proven wrong.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And yeah, of course it pays to be wrong about the stock as an icon agent, right, Shannon?
It really pays.
That's awesome. So, Shannon, my next question is going to be for anybody out there. They're thinking about coming to EXP. They see some big producers making the move over here and they're killing the game, but they're nervous. They don't know how to break up with their broker. They don't know how to, come over here with that confidence and know, like, trust the process of EXP, right? Oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Oh, it's a cult. Oh, it's an online brokerage. I need a brick and mortar, right? So what would you have to say to them to kind of ease their anxiety and coming over here? There are resources for them to help them. They can succeed here.
You have to put your oxygen mask on first. You need to take care of you. That brokerage is not going to be taking care of you. You have to look out for your financial future. So there's that. That's easy. It's easy to break up with your broker because when you really put in that light, what's best for me, then you know that that's going to be a simple task to do. People break up all the time. So there's that part of it. And then I would just say it's really exciting. It's something that I think if you're going into a need brick and mortar, this is just my opinion. When I left, my business went through the roof because I'm a very helpful person. I would go into the office and the next thing I know, I'm helping build somebody else's business for 2 hours and not my own. So the minute I went to EXP, my production has steadily gone up because I'm able to focus on it. I truly believe a lot of the people that say they need brick and mortar, what they're saying they need is they want to eat the cake on people's birthdays. They want to stand around the water cooler and just chit chat. And that is not for producing agents. Producing agents need to focus, do their key activities, and then plug in. If you go to EXPCon, if you go to shareholders, get on Workplace, you can absolutely have that tribe. Your vibe's going to attract your vibe's going to attract your tribe. You will find the people that fill your cup on the social aspect that way. But really, you don't need that brick and mortar if you're going to be a high producing agent.
Absolutely. No, that's great advice. And, there's still people at your fingertips. If you've got a question any time of the day, there's help on EXP World and ask questions and people, bound to answer them for you. And so that's pretty exciting. And Shannon, are you going to be at EXPCon in next month? Couple weeks?
No, and I'm so sad I'm not going to. Usually it's in November and we planned a family vacation a year and a half ago. And so I can't cancel it because of the flights, the way that things are being canceled with flights. Otherwise, I would have made it go back to back. But I did go to shareholders. I did go to the Build event. I'm going to go to the Cabo event. EXPCon, though, is one of my favorites because it's the biggest. But I will tell you, my favorite is shareholders because it is a little bit more intimate and I'm able to make a little bit more connections. But if you can only go to one, I have to say you go to EXPCon because it's fun, it's informative, it's jam-packed schedule. And I'm very, very sad I have to miss it this year.
Absolutely. That's awesome, Shannon, that you, enjoy all the other events. It's not awesome that you're missing EXPCon, but I'm sure I'll catch you at another event coming up soon. And Shannon, is there anything you want to leave the listeners with today as we approach about a 20-minute episode here?
Don't listen to other people. You have to do what's right for you. There are going to be people that are going to put down EXP or going to put down your other choices. And it's not about them. They are putting their own lack of confidence onto you, which is just crazy to me. You need to forget the noise, just put that out of the mind and figure out, is this right for me? EXP is right for a lot of people. It's not going to be right for some people, and that's okay. That's why we have different brokerages. But if you really silence the critics and listen to your own voice, let that lead you.
Absolutely. Great advice. If you guys have any questions about EXP or real estate or, Shannon's business model, whatever it is, feel free to reach out. Everybody here is happy to talk to you. And Shannon, I'm going to have you hang backstage with me for just a minute after this episode, but thank you so, so much. And I look forward to meeting you IRL soon.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Shannon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.